So what I want to show you today is Graphicly. Graphicly is a startup in Microsoft's BizSpark 1 program, and they're basically a community that allows you to purchase and discuss comic books with your friends. So it's all about comic books. And like many of you, probably, I've been reading comic books since I was a kid. As a matter of fact, my parents had a big box of comic books next to our kitchen table, and every morning while we were eating breakfast, we'd pull one of those comics out and we'd read it. And it was a very social experience with my sister and I. Fast forward to today, and of course we have digital everywhere and digital comics. And one of the nice things about Graphicly is it allows me to buy comic books and read them on my Windows 7 laptop or carry them around in my pocket. And what I'd like to show you today is what we're doing with Windows Phone 7. So I'm going to launch Graphicly, and I'm going to start out by going into the Marketplace. And the Marketplace is the place in Graphicly where I can browse a huge back catalog of comics, thousands of comics I can pull over the net. And I want you to notice this beautiful user experience here. The Metro kind of paradigm allows me to easily move to top comics at the moment, or moved over to recommended comics, maybe based on what I've had in the past. So after I've kind of expanded my collection in the Marketplace, of course I want to look at the stuff that I carry around in my pocket, so I'm going to go into the collection. Now, Graphicly has partnerships with a lot of the biggest comic publishers, and in this case I'm browsing some of my favorites from Marvel Comics. So I'll start out here with Spider-Man. I think you'd all agree that Spider-Man is someone who spends a lot of time on the web. We've also got Iron Man by the great Stan Lee, right? And then Civil War, which is a seven-issue limited edition series by Mark Millar. So if you want to read one of these comics, you basically just touch the cover, and you're brought into the reading experience. Beautiful, high-quality graphics and artwork. Comics is just as much about reading as it is about the artwork. With some simple gestures, I can turn pages from panel to panel. But it's not just about reading, of course. We talked about how important it is to be social. So in this case, I can see that there's a comment. I'll touch the little comment icon. And I'll see a note from Kevin Mann here. Wow, this is some great art. You can almost see Tony Stark's nose hair. So Scott kind of teed it up a little bit, right? Deep zoom. Watch this. Using hardware-accelerated deep zoom on this device, I can continually zoom in, and in fact, if I really wanted to check out the nose hairs, I think you'll agree that I probably could. That is very difficult, if not impossible, to do with that level of performance on other devices. Another view I can get here is the thumbnail view, which allows me to kind of step back from the comic and see all of the individual pages. And of course, if I want to dive into one, I can just tap, I get a nice transition into the comic, and I can click on the next button to move from panel to panel like I might actually read a comic book if I had a print version. So this is amazing, guys. What do you think? So I know we've said it a bunch here, but Graphicly did this just in a matter of 2 or 3 weeks. I mean, we got them the build. They were able to pull this out and deliver an experience like this that basically allows you to take all your comic books collection, put it in your pocket, have a high-fidelity reading experience, and share it with your friends. Thank you.